thought y'all didn't have me today, huh? Well, you're wrong. I'm here. I'm here. Can't say good morning, so good afternoon, good evening. Everybody, it's your girl Miracle Sims, and you're listening to God, Sex, and Love. Your daily dose of inspiration, the juice. It is September the 14th, 2024, and today the topic is Give It to Jesus. Give it to Jesus. Happy Saturday. Yes, happy Saturday, everybody. I hope you guys had a fabulous Friday. Mine was just fine. Yes, mine was good. Overall, highlights from yesterday is we got done with NJ's assignments. And after that, I owed him some ice cream. So I told him I was going to take him out to lunch. And then we also went thrifting. So that was nice as well. So we went thrifting, got some lunch, got his ice cream, came on back home. I had a meeting with my business coach. And that pretty much was my Friday in a nutshell. Now my my husband had to go out of town last night, and I didn't know that, so it was getting later and later, and I was like, so he was like, "Oh, you don't remember me telling you this morning?" I'm like, "No, bro, no, I don't." but yeah, so that was interesting, having a night without him and everything like that. But he's back now, so yay. And also we started off our morning. I mean, I was up early, probably at the sound of my alarm. I listened to the prayer meditation a couple of times, but I don't know, I didn't feel led to do the juice this morning, and so we ended up going to NJ's best friend's birthday party. So we did that and whatnot, got back home. And just when I was thinking that, maybe I ain't got no juice today. Well, one, shout out to Miss Amber K Star. Y'all may have, y'all might have seen her before on our platform. She commented on, I think, yesterday's juice and whatnot. And this thing, I know I received the juice. So, I mean, hey, I'm here. It may be late, but she getting it. And y'all can let me know how y'all feel. Y'all like these spirit-led juices? You know what I'm saying? Or do y'all prefer when I was, not say forcing myself to do it before 6, but yeah, like when I was being more intentional about like getting it out before 6. Y'all let me know how y'all feel. We'll see, again, what the Lord do. But I'm grateful. I'm grateful for everything. I was thinking about a lot of different things, and I know at some point I was like, man, is this my life, man? Quote unquote, stay at home mom, quote unquote, learning coach, working at the church, doing ministry online. Like this is my life, man. This is my life. And not to say that I didn't picture it or something. But maybe I didn't. I don't know what I was expecting my life to look like or be. But I'm grateful, man. I'm grateful for, again, where I am and everything like that. But so anyway, I'm just letting y'all know I took some time to reflect on that this morning at some point. And trying to think like what inspired this juice other than the phrase cast your cares. Now I know that's one of the quotes that we usually say pretty much every morning with NJ. It's in his little affirmations wall situation where he's making these declarations, and one of them is, "I cast my cares on Jesus because he cares for me," and everything. So that came into my heart and mind, and then as I was thinking about that, then I went deeper. I went and plugged that phrase into openbible.info, and that's where I got my verses and whatnot from. But yeah, I guess something about that just was standing out. And who knows, maybe it could be just recognizing my own issues that I've been having. I mean, I think I've been sharing it with you guys over the past few months and whatnot, how I've been concerned about this and concerned about that, and wondering this and wondering that, and different things like that. And even the times I feel at peace, even though I don't know everything, right? But then at the same time too, not knowing can still bother me. You know what I'm saying? I know I even took some time to think about, again, the business coaching, how our interactions have gone. And I hate that I am at this point now where I'm so guarded, right? And I know it's because, unfortunately, people before him have come into my life, whatever, and it just seems like whether I'm on the helping end or if they're trying to quote unquote help me, it seems like both ends um has affected me in some way negatively. Now, don't get me wrong, there's plenty of people in my life that, again, we help each other. Again, feelings are mutual and I haven't had no issues. But the ones that I have had issues with, unfortunately, I think has skewed my thinking in some ways where maybe I used to be more open or more positive or whatever the case may be, and now I'm more defensive and more like hesitant and stuff like that. Um, so I was taking time to think about that this morning as well, and I thought about like just addressing that with him and just saying, "Hey, man, look, I just want to let you know where I'm coming from, and like, and just face this thing head on by sharing it with you versus like keep coming to the meetings and being on guard and whatnot." Um, but then again, maybe he's not feeling it on his end, but I feel like he might be. And so I don't know. We're gonna figure me out, right? I'm gonna figure out what the Lord want me to do about my stuff. But hopefully this conversation today will encourage you and inspire you to cast your cares on Jesus. Just give it all over to him, whatever it may be. Fill in your blank with it, whatever it is. Give it to God. Give it to Jesus. I mean, on one hand, I get how like that can seem so. I don't even know how to explain how that could feel. Like, I don't know how people feel when they hear that. I know sometimes. Now I'm in a place where I think I can get encouraged and inspired by hearing that, but I also can understand how some people may say, again, when people tell you to pray, right, or when people tell you to give it to Jesus, it's kind of like maybe some people may feel like that's dismissive. But I'm learning, right, at least in my own life, again, the more I bring my thoughts to the Lord, bring whatever it is to him and say, "Hey, Lord, you know this already." You know what I mean? And, "Hey, Lord, let me give you this because I can't do nothing else with it." Or, the more I do that, the more, again, at peace I am. And so, here I am, just saying, "Hey, living witness here. I get it. It can sound dismissive. It can sound like, you're just trying to tell me to pray. You just, and you're not giving me no practical advice," or whatever people can say. But yeah, I mean, but it's the best thing that you can do. Um, whether you believe that or not, that's up to you. But what I find thus far in my life is that, again, as I give those things over to him, it's the best thing that I can do. Um, Again, not only because it free well, maybe that's the only reason, because it frees you, right? There's a freedom and a release that happens when you give that thing over to him, whatever it is, right? Giving it over to him gives us that peace that surpasses all understanding. But hey, let me give you guys Bible because y'all could think I'm just out here talking. So these are the verses that were standing out to me to share. 1 Peter 5, 6, and 7. It says, "Humble yourselves, therefore, under the mighty hand of God, so that at the proper time he may exalt you, casting all your anxieties on him because he cares for you." There were quite a few verses that were talking casting your cares or casting things on God. Um, you guys can go look those up and peruse them and let them marinate on your heart, souls, and minds. But this morning, I guess what's standing out to me the most probably was the humbling ourselves part. Um, yeah, and then obviously the casting all your anxieties on him, because he cares for you. At the end of the day, he truly, truly cares and loves us, regardless of us, right? In spite of us, and I get how that can be difficult to receive sometimes because it's like, well, I don't deserve it, or I didn't do good, or I got to do something to receive good, right? I think I'm noticing that I'm struggling in this area apparently, where receiving good things for some reason, and I don't know why, but I don't know. But anyway, um, I'm having trouble with receiving good things, I think, at least these days. Like wondering if there's some motive, right? Or wondering if there's some other thing, behind the scenes or whatever. I don't know what it is that's in my heart and mind that's trying to, make me feel some way about receiving good out of nowhere, right? Um, but hey, I guess I need to start rebuking that in the name of Jesus, because at the end of the day, again, we are blessed and highly favored, and I'm proclaiming that over my life, my family's life, my friends, my son, like everybody. And so my thing is like, when the good things happen and it's going and flowing, I shouldn't be surprised. And sometimes I'm not, but then sometimes too would be like, I guess when it deals with other people, like if it's a direct thing with, but God just be working, and it's just one of those things. It's weird, man. Because this is a weird confession right now. Because it's like, on one hand, I know I come on here almost every day and tell y'all about, again, the blessings of the Lord and the great, amazing things that God is doing with me, for me, and through me, right? But then at the same time, I'm telling y'all that I'm having difficulties receiving it too. And it's a weird place to be in, because again, I don't know if I could say a reason why. Maybe this is something in therapy I need to talk about. Like, why am I having a hard time receiving good things? Or why am I having a hard time, like, just accepting it or not judging it, or not, like, doubting it, or things like that. Yeah, don't get me wrong. Like I said, I know I joke sometimes about the situation with me and my husband, and it was like, oh, when's the other foot gonna drop? When the other shoe, that type of thing. It's been what, almost 10 years together, almost 8 years of marriage. Like, I mean, if the shoe ain't dropped yet, like, I mean, and I know I joke a lot with my brother from another mother. I'm like, look, when you gonna switch up on me? When you gonna, what I'm saying? When you gonna ghost me and things like that? And it's been over 10 years of friendship with him. So, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just something I don't know if it's keeping an open mind or staying on guard or just being like, just in case, who knows. But hey, at least y'all know I'm human out here, and we all have our own struggles and things of that nature. But guess what? We can give those concerns, anxieties, fears, anything, give it to Jesus. Let me go ahead and give you guys another verse. John 16:33. It says, I have said these things. No, wait. No, let me go back to Matthew. Sorry. Matthew 11:28. It says, come to me, all you who labor, or all who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. So, again, if this is you, y'all, in any capacity, you're out here working, heavy laden, he's going to give us the rest. Again, cast your cares on Jesus. Give it to him. I ain't got too much to say about that. So maybe that's the reason why I was almost about to skip that verse. But let me go ahead and give you the next one. Again, John 16:33. It says, I have said these things to you, that in me you may have peace. In the world you will have tribulation, but take heart, I have overcome the world. So there was quite a few things that on my heart and mind when I was writing that verse down. Just a few minutes ago. Basically, well, one of the things was that, again, one, he already told us about these things ahead of time. Again, I know that we take issue with the suffering of the world, right? We take issue with, again, the issues of life. But he told us that there's going to be issues. He told us there's going to be trouble. He told us that there's going to be tribulations. He told us that the people did it to him, they're going to do it to us. So we already know, right, about these things. And so, again, we should not be surprised, right? And we shouldn't act surprised when we go through those trials and tribulations. But he also told us that, hey, he has overcome it. And so, I've gone through things and still have peace, love, joy, and the fruit of the Spirit, in spite of the craziness, right? In spite of the different issues of life. But one of those things, this may be a little dark, but bless me. But one of the things that crossed my mind as I was writing down verses earlier is that like, what's the worst thing that can happen to us? Like, what's the worst thing that we think about? I think that's death, right? And now we know that there are worse things than death. Shout out to Allie, because that's one of her quotes. And we get that, there's all kinds of evils in the world, and people are torturing people and doing all kind of crazy things, and those things can be worse than death because you're living through it. However, like, if we take death, right, or even though whatever your trial and tribulation is, right, we know that Jesus conquered that. And so now, I mean, we can go deeper, right? We can, seek the Lord for more understanding. And if it's His will, maybe perhaps He will probably share more in regards to, helping us to understand that, again, the trials and tribulations and, even death and all these different things. Like, if death was never His will and He had, He went to conquer it for us and different things like that, going through that process of death and whatnot. Not to say why, but I'm sure we all have our own questions about that. But basically all I'm saying is that I was thinking about that, and knowing that Jesus conquered that was encouraging to me. It was encouraging and inspiring. I mean, if God wanted to, me to be raised back up or whatever the case may be after I pass away, He can do that, or if you want me to just stay on the side where He at, that's cool too. You know what I'm saying? Like, knowing that God is capable of any and everything was encouraging and inspiring to me as I was writing these verses down. So just something else to think about, y'all. Again, anything you may be going through, anxiety, fear, anything, give it to Jesus, y'all. Give it to Jesus. I think that was pretty much the last verse that I felt led to write down in regards to this. So let me go ahead and give you guys the Bible verse of today, and that is Psalm 18:2. It says, "The Lord is my rock and my fortress and my deliverer, my God, my strength, in whom I will trust. Go check that word because I don't want to say it wrong. I think it's Babler, but I might have wrote that wrong. So my something, so look that up. And the horn of my salvation and my light tower." Friends, I hope you guys enjoyed this juice this evening. Thank you so much for listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration, the juice. I pray you guys go forth and have a wonderful day, and I look forward to talking to you all on Monday, if the Lord's will. Bye-bye. And there you go, Facebook, YouTube, Rumble, anybody listening to the sound of my voice. Hope that you guys are encouraged and inspired. Thank you so much for listening, watching, subscribing, and sharing all those wonderful things. I just turned to this page in my juice journal, y'all, and it's asking the question, do you know your purpose, friends? Do you know God's plan for you? There's a couple of reflection questions on there as well, so you guys, get this freebie. Okay, this is a freebie for you. Okay, reflect on these questions. What has God planned for you to do in this life, and how does God's plan differ from your plan? So yeah, take some time and do that, and yeah, see what you come up with, and see, if you feel like the plan that God has for you is in alignment with your plan, then good. To God be the glory. If it's not, then it sounds like you need to switch up your plan just a little bit so you can know your purpose, and walk in your purpose and all that good stuff, But all right, y'all. Well, y'all have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your Saturday. And yeah, I look forward to talking to you all on Monday, if the Lord's will. Bye-bye.